Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we've got some good news to talk about regarding the next Grand Theft Auto Online update, and some interesting things that Rockstar seem to be doing as well. Alright, so I know you're probably tired of hearing about this, but I am starting to feel a little bit better, even if I don't sound like it. So hopefully over the next couple of days, things will begin to return to normal in terms of how I'm not only sounding in my videos, but also being able to just normally do them. Without feeling like I'm just super ill. So hopefully that'll all be cleared up in the next couple of days. But anyways, getting on to the things that Rockstar have done over the last couple of days, this all started roughly yesterday. And we heard from insider TezFunds2 on the GTA forum site who said this. While it's not surprising, Rockstar is back to work on the next update. And he posted a link to the Steam database.info page. And in case you guys have never seen what the Steam database page looks like, it's essentially where we can see changes that Rockstar make to Grand Theft Auto 5 on the sort of depots and DLC packages and whatnot. And so if we actually take a look at that, you guys can see that roughly around 19 hours ago, at least when I'm recording this video, on January 7th, 2020, Rockstar ended up updating QA Beta 3. And they did this a couple of times. It looks like there's 2 changeless entries that they actually applied. And the reason this is interesting is because Rockstar usually have a couple of QA beta branches, which stands for Quality Assurance Beta. And this is where Rockstar goes about testing new features and content for future updates. And if we actually take a look at the branches themselves, you can see that QA Beta 3 was updated 19 hours ago. Public branch, which is the one that we're currently playing on, that was updated 27 days ago. So that would have been when the Diamond Casino Heist update came out. QA Beta, which is under that, was about a month ago. QA Beta 2 was 2 months ago. And then external branches and Nick Test Branch, those were updated 3 months ago. Now you might be asking yourself, well, why is this important that Rockstar is changing this QA Beta 3 branch? Well, it's interesting that it's happening less than a month after the release of the Diamond Casino Heist update, and this usually means that Rockstar is starting to work on what's going to be coming out next. Now, when I first saw this, I thought, okay, this probably means that this is good news for us getting an update sometime in the spring, in March, April, or May. And that's actually something we talked about in a previous video. We got some more insider information from TezFunds2, who essentially said that it was very likely that Rockstar were going to be doing a spring update, and that it is probably going to be related to the open wheel races. Because Rockstar have started to tease that in this update with the Formula 1 cars that were introduced, and the fact that there is not a creator that's featured for the open wheel races in this update, meaning that's something that Rockstar would have to do in a future DLC. If you guys are interested in that video, I'll leave a link to it in the description. But long story short, a lot of people believe that we're going to be getting a spring update this time, and that it will likely be featured around the open wheel races. Now, some follow-up to that from insider TezFunds2. In fact, someone actually asked him what he thought about this, coming out with a March or an April or a spring update. And he said no, it just confirms the devs are working on a new update, which is not surprising. So, in his eyes at least, doesn't confirm we're going to be getting anything in spring, or at least doesn't confirm more so, but that the Rockstar developers are just already starting on what's next. Which, again, as he said, is not surprising. These updates usually take months and months to complete, with all the cars, all the new content, the storylines that are likely going to be introduced. If there's new cutscenes, Rockstar have to do voice acting and motion capture. So there's a lot of elements in terms of getting these updates ready to go. And so that's why, again, it's not surprising that they're starting on it right now. Now, that's not the only thing interesting that Rockstar has done over the last couple of weeks that seem a little bit strange, especially considering the fact that GTA 5 is now a 6 going on 7-year-old game. So I'm sure you guys all know about the social club site. This is where you can manage your crew, your Snapmatic photos, the Rockstar editor. It's also a place where you can look at your career. So you can look at your overview, your missions, your checklists, stats, weapons, garages, mini games, awards, accomplishments, even the boss sack in game. And another thing you can do is look at all of the different vehicles and every single category of car. Supercars, sports cars, off-road, muscle, military, helicopters. And what's weird is Rockstar have gone about updating all of the photos on the supercar, sports car, every single page of vehicle. So this is kind of hard to explain, but I'll show you guys a couple of examples right now. Basically, each vehicle now shows a picture of the single player character driving it. So like Michael, Trevor, or Franklin. However, what's weird about all these photos is that in almost every single one, they're being chased by cops, or there happens to be explosions in the background. Now again, I'm certainly not complaining about this change that Rockstar's introduced. In fact, I think it actually looks nice, but the real question is, why did they go about doing this? It seems really random. Number one, it looks like it required a lot of work. So what Rockstar had to do is they had to go in for each of these vehicles, they had to spawn them in, they had to change the paint job, they had to add customization to the vehicle, and then they had to go into the Rockstar editor to get this, cinematic-esque looking shot of the car. I mean, you can see with just a handful of these that indeed every shot, the car is like a different color, it's customized. And what's also weird is that there's like explosions and cop chases going on in the background, which made this equally harder to set up. So I don't know if Rockstar was doing this just to make things a little bit more, detailed or more 2020, because I don't think this stuff had been updated since 2013. But it's definitely a little bit strange, and it kind of makes you wonder why Rockstar would start to do something like this. For me, the only reason why I could see Rockstar doing something like this is if it related to the next DLC. And on the Social Club page, you still can't access the open wheel category. That's the one that hasn't been added to the Social Club page yet. So I'm wondering if this has something to do with the next update. And if you were to flip over to the Grand Theft Auto Online tab, it would also feature all of the vehicles that were added in the online updates, like the High Life update, import export, the Doomsday Heist, etc. And it'll actually show our online player in the screenshot. So again, I don't know why Rockstar would do something like this unless it was directly related to the next DLC. It just seems like a very weird change to make. And what I could see them doing is eventually adding the open wheel category and maybe making it easier to interact with vehicles on the Social Club site. Or you never know, maybe this is something that Rockstar just have wanted to do for a couple of years now and are just getting around to doing it. Or maybe they figured after the Diamond Casino heist, this would be the perfect time to actually go about doing this, since, there isn't going to be any new vehicles added, at least for a couple of months until the next update arrives. So I'm really not too sure what to think of this. It could have absolutely nothing to do with the next update, and this could be just a weird quality of life change that Rockstar decided to make. But if I know Rockstar, they usually don't do something without reason. And I feel like if this didn't have something to do that could improve Grand Theft Auto Online with the next update, it's something they wouldn't have done. Although, again, we've seen this in the past where they've actually updated the in-game vehicle websites. Like, remember when Southern San Andreas Super Autos and Legendary Motorsports used to look way different, like the design and the layout? So Rockstar have made changes like that in the past. They've usually come out with new updates. So that's why I suspect that something might be happening here as well. So as always, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you think Rockstar is doing with not only the changes that they've made to the Social Club site with the vehicle photos, but also what they're doing on the Steam database page, where we're starting to see them work on the next update. What do you think the next update is going to be? Do you think it's going to be related to open wheel races or Formula One cars? Or do you think it's going to be something entirely different altogether? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well, Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll automatically be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.